I want to encourage you to keep on going. If it's something you're really passionate about, something that you love, something that you really feel connected to, do it and keep doing it. And don't worry about how many people are watching in the beginning. Don't worry about how many subscribers you're getting and all that kind of thing. Hi guys, it's Sean, the EV bloke here, back with another video. And it's a video of a little bit of minuscule celebration, I suppose, I guess you could say, really, because I've reached 500 subscribers. And so I just want to say thank you and a big thumbs up to all those who've subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I've got lots of ideas and things I want to do moving forward. And I thank you so much for subscribing and for, you know, taking interest in what I'm doing, really. As I say, I started out with no interest in YouTube, really. Just wanted to get some videos out about this car. And it just kind of grew from there. So, yeah, thanks so much. And I wanted to speak a little bit about YouTube in general, really, and starting a YouTube channel. So that's what a lot of this video is about, because of reaching the 500, just to sort of express my views that way, really. I want to first of all say thank you very much for those that have subscribed, whether you've just tuned in one video and never watched me ever again, whether you keep coming back and you've watched several videos because you're really interested about the car. Thank you so much for you guys as well. Just all round, really, thank you so much for, you know, your participation in this channel. But what I wanted to speak today is the journey of getting to 500. Now, 500 in the grand scheme of things is not that much, is it? Let's be honest about it. I mean, there are, when you think of some of the channels out there with thousands and thousands of views, you just think, so what are you talking about, 500? But it's still a milestone, and it's to be appreciated, and it has to come with the background that, with the several things in the background there, that I'm not a YouTuber as such, you know, in terms of the fact I've never even thought about YouTube really in the past. And you know, also I've never actually really thought about what it means to kind of be a YouTuber, you know, or anything like that. So I'm just putting my mics on. You have my mics on now. Probably hear me a bit clearer now. Yeah, so see how I'm professional. But I just thank everyone anyway who subscribed to me and watched it. And I get a lot of comments, you know, about the car, and I try to get back to everybody, and I appreciate your patience if I don't get back to you straight away. I do have health challenges, which most of you guys know about, but I still carry on and do it. And I think what I want to do is I want to speak to anybody out there that wants to start. Now, this is an automotive channel, so it's dealing about this car, but it could be anything. So whatever your passion is and you're thinking of starting YouTube, and if you was to say, Sean, do you reckon that's a good thing to go for? I would say absolutely, definitely yes. And I want to go over in this video why. Now, some of these things you might have heard before from other YouTubers and other channels, because some of them are fairly obvious. So you have to get the kind of obvious-ish ones out of the way. But there's probably one or two things which I've not really heard of, which I think could be very, very important for you. So if you're a new YouTuber, or a struggling YouTuber, or a YouTuber that's on less than 500 at the moment, you're trying to get to that first milestone, because we'll go over a little bit about what that actually means to be on 500 in a minute. But yeah, and then I hope that this video can be helpful for you. Now, the first thing to mention here is, when you're starting up, is to obviously, and all channels will probably say this, but obviously you have to have some kind of a niche. If you're just going to do sporadic videos, it seems to mess up the algorithm somewhere. It doesn't really know where to fit you in, you know, unless it's actually incredible content, incredible production and all the rest of it. You're probably going to go fairly unnoticed with that. But you will do that anyway in your first early videos, even though I probably am one of the people who's against that rule, because my second video, I think it was, now has 13,000 watches, which is pretty good, let's be honest about it, for a second video. But I'll tell you for why I think that's happened, and I want to go into a little bit about some of these kinds of things that you might be thinking about on your channel as well, because I think it's very, very important. But just to back up again, so when I came to start my YouTube, it was really on just getting information out about this car. As time's gone on, I found out I quite enjoy doing YouTube, you know, so it's kind of kept me going and kept me wanting to do it. But there are things you need to think about. So when I was talking about niching, essentially something you're incredibly passionate about, have some experience in. Let's just take something out of the air, like say you're an artist and you want to share some of those strategies and ways in which you can share with other people your techniques for doing art. So every artist is different, I guess, and everyone has their own styles, etc., etc., etc. But say you're starting up a YouTube channel on that, then you're going to have a passion for it because you're already doing artwork, and so you want to share that with the community. And so some budding artist out there subscribes to you, you know, and so it goes on. So what I'm trying to say is when you niche into something like that, then when you put your videos out, the algorithm picks this up, and therefore you will start having traffic drawn towards your channel relating to that particular topic. So that's a fairly obvious one. Most YouTubers are going to cover that and tell you that, and there's nothing probably really original I've said in that. But one thing I'm going to say now that I think is pretty crucial, and something which I think I've made a mistake on now in hindsight a little bit, and that's not to niche down too deep. When you niche down very, very deeply, so you really home in on something very, very specific, then when it comes time to either broadening, or, as in my case, it's very difficult for you to broaden, then you've got an issue because, and I'm going to explain why that is. My YouTube channel was started because of this car, this one particular car. But actually, my name on my channel isn't anything to do with BYD. I don't get promoted by BYD. They don't support me in any way, or anything like that. I have no relationship with BYD as a company, etc. I just have one of their cars. The problem is I have this car and this one car. So how many videos can you keep doing about one car? So, and that's been kind of the issue which only really became aware of once I became very, very into YouTube. Because when I started the channel, I wasn't that bothered. You know, I just wanted to share a few videos about that. I now really enjoy it. So I have the time, so I'd like to carry on doing YouTube videos, you know. So then comes the problem. So how do I, because I'm not a motoring journalist, so I can't just get invited to when new car launches are there. I don't get invited to those things because no one knows about me. I'm not I don't have a journalistic background in automotive vehicles or anything like that. So many people that do have great YouTube channels for motor content either have one or two things. They either have a good budget, so they can make their production very big, you know, and do sort of grand things, or they've got that automotive experience where they can draw from to actually go out there and actually do their content relating to that situation. So they can go and, when there's a new car released, they get invited along to those things. I've written to a few I've written to a few car companies and stuff like that to say, look, I'm a YouTuber, I'd like to do a review on that. Had nothing back, you know. So and why would they? You know, even now I'm on 500 subscribers, you know, so I'm not even a big YouTuber really as such. Even though I'm very proud of it, I'm very proud to be 500, and so should you. If you're starting out your channel today, I want to encourage you to keep on going. If there's something you're really passionate about, something that you love, something that you really feel connected to, do it and keep doing it. And don't worry about how many people are watching in the beginning. Don't worry about how many subscribers you're getting and all that kind of thing. And maybe it's even the niche, you know. Maybe you don't even really know how to really niche into what you want to do, but you've just got a passion about something. That's all you know. So you might even want to play around with that a little bit and do a few things in a group of things you're interested in and see what comes out the best, or what's the best response you get from the videos you're doing, you know. But if you've got something that you know about, something you want to share with the world, and you know you can go on doing it, and there's enough material there to keep you going, then that's how you do it. but be very, very careful not to niche in too deeply. The only example I can give is as I say, with this particular, in my situation, but that came from not a mistake. It came from someone who wasn't really interested that much in doing YouTube on a long-term basis. I just wanted to get some views, get some information out about this car, and that was it. That was all I was intending to do, really, because I couldn't see any other. As someone who loves YouTube but had no real ambition to do YouTube, you know, I could still see that there was very, very lacking in the UK for this particular vehicle, and that worked out quite well, because I do consider the time I've been doing it and the amount of views I have on quite a lot of my videos. I have a lot of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. My highest is, go and check my channel out. You know, 13,000 is my highest one, which was like my first or second video. And you know, I just had it's just been well received, I guess, in that regard, and I'm happy with what I've achieved so far. You know, as I say, I never set out, but now I've got a passion for YouTube, and I'm talking to those people out there now that's what you have, is a passion for YouTube, and and you have a passion for being successful in YouTube, maybe. And so how you start out to how you end is going to be two different things, and how you start out will be very exploratory, finding out about what you want to put out there as content. Don't just try and copy other people. I don't even really think that landing on trending videos, so just kind of landing on what seems to be popular at the moment. Stick to what you're interested in, that passion you have for that one thing or two things or whatever it might be. Stick to that and just go ahead and do it. And I promise you'll at least enjoy it, even if you don't see exponential growth in the beginning. You will enjoy it because you're doing what you're passionate about. And, you know, my dad used to say to me, the ideal job is a job which you get up and go to, and it's just like you're not even going to work, essentially. You enjoy it so much. Now, very, very few people in life have the opportunity to do that, I know. But YouTube is one of those where I wouldn't even say that you need to go into it thinking about how much money I can make, because I think that might even be the wrong way to look at it in many respects. Just go into it as a hobby. Go into it thinking, I'm enjoying doing this, and then see where it takes you. And because of your passion and because of your commitment, you will see the subscribers grow, and you might skin it in a couple of weeks and be on 1,000 subscribers. Who knows? I mean, that's very possible. A lot of YouTubers do that without buying subscribers. I'm talking about just literally people coming in, looking at your channel and saying, yeah, this because he's got the right character, the right personality, or he or she, and people just draw to you. And I don't necessarily say that I have that kind of character or anything like that, or personality, but what I do have is just a car I'm passionate about, you know. And I've been critical about this car, I've been hard about this car, and I've also been praiseworthy about this car. All the things. But yeah, so that's that's the first area there. So don't niche in too deep, where you've boxed yourself into a corner where it's very, very little room and space for you to maneuver around. You know, mine's a big problem, because if you don't have the opportunity to take other vehicles out, and I don't have opportunity to review other vehicles and test drive other vehicles and all of those things will change in time, because I'm passionate about what I want to do. So you will start to see all that on this channel. I know you will. I'm just saying, you know, that's a difficult situation I'm in. But of course, I came into it never thinking that YouTube would be something I'd like to pursue as such. I just wanted to give information, because when I wanted to know something, the place I went to was YouTube. So, because I very often, Google or YouTube, but very often I wanted to have a visual experience of what I was thinking about, or what I wanted to know about. So I used to mostly go to YouTube and find a video about something, and there you go. And you go and watch the video, and you think, oh, now I've learned something. So it's a learning tool in a lot of respects. So that's how I looked at this vehicle when I done it. But it could be completely different for you. You could have, there's just no end of. It could be an information. You could just be talking about the news. You know, if you've got that kind of character, I don't know. It could be anything you like, anything you think about. So to back up, then you come at it trying to find a niche, which you've probably heard from a million YouTubers, I know. But be careful not to home in. What I haven't heard many people say is homing in too deeply, so you narrow yourself down into such a narrow place that it's very difficult for you to maneuver either side of that without coming off topic if you niche in too much. Do you know what I mean? So make sure what you want to do has expansive capabilities. And that's why a lot of people go into sort of like review videos and things like that, reviewing stuff, and maybe hopefully getting, as they get monetized, growing their AdSense and growing their portfolio to where they can actually sell products and get referrals and all the rest of it, and all that kind of stuff, going into all that side of YouTube, which of course you can do. But yeah, it's so that's the kind of first point there. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is, when you start out, don't invest financially in anything. And I really do mean this, because you don't need to. You'll get channels out there and you'll get people out there saying, you know, if you can afford it, just go for this, go for this. I've got a couple of £20 mics, okay, which are more than good enough. The only reason I even have a mic, by the way, is because it's a car channel. So a lot of the times I'm outside showing round and all that. So you want that kind of little bit of extra volume and that little suppressiveness within the mic to actually allow me to be heard clearly while doing the videos and stuff like that. So that's why I have, you don't probably do, if you're just in a room talking about a specific thing or showing a specific thing or whatever it might be, in the very, very beginning, you maybe don't even need a mic, because 2024 phones are brilliant. So you might not even need a mic. You might better just get away with just doing an actual video about whatever it is and posting out, and it's quite fine. When it comes to the editing side, I use InShot and I use CapCut. They're the two that I actually personally use. When I began, I just used the free versions of those. When I began to get a bit more subscribers and the channel gained a little bit more traction, I then went on to going for the paid subscription for those, because you just got a bit more usability in there. And I'm not an editor, and I'm not in any way in marketing or whatever. I don't come with any of those kind of backgrounds. And then I just use Canva, which most people do, for things like your thumbnails. And I don't have anyone to support me, obviously. 500 subscribers. I just do it all off my own back, and you know, and I'm quite happy with that. So you don't really need to outlay anything. If you've got a phone, and a fairly modern, up-to-date phone, that's basically all you need. Just record on that. As you grow and as you get subscribers and as you get monetized, stuff like that, then that's when you can start reaching out and progressing with more developments that way. There's no, you don't have to do it. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to. Just keep it really simple at the beginning. The third thing is, don't be worried at all about the algorithm or views. If you've got something you're passionate about and you're making videos about it and you're putting it out there on YouTube, okay, and you don't see a lot of traction in the beginning, do not worry about it. Just keep on posting. If you get 50 views for a video, or 20 views for a video, don't let it get you down. Don't become despondent and say, oh, you know, this is just a waste of time, I'm just going to give up on this. And this is where most people do with YouTube. So if you really want to make a go of this, and maybe even possibly make it your full-time job eventually in the future, you've got to persevere, you've got to be strong, and you've got to say, I'm not going to even look at that. Because what's going to happen is, there's a video around the corner that's just going to launch up. It's just going to get loads of views, like mine did, my 13,000 something views at this moment. I think it's actually getting very close to 14,000 now. And I want to speak a little bit about that in a little while as well, with another tip I've got for YouTube that I found. So yeah, so just don't worry about it. Just keep posting. If you're passionate about something and you love doing it, just think of it that way. Think, even if you think to yourself, oh, I'm just doing this video for myself, I'm not doing it for anybody else, that's fine. Do it that way as well. And you can do that. And because at the end of the day, that should be your ultimate passion. Yes, of course, you want to share with people and you want to have subscribers and you want to have views, because that's the point of doing YouTube, etc., whatever. But don't get hung up on that in the early phases. And if you're going along, even in the first 10 to 15 videos, I mean, I've done 40, which is actually 40 something, which is nothing actually, is it really, when you think about it? It's not very many videos. But I've seen people with thousands of videos on there, or hundreds at least, on their YouTube channels, you know. So you can, you know, And then the next thing is number 4 in all of this, I would say, is to get some kind of plan around when you're going to do your videos. So think about what it is you want to say, what topic it is within your niche. Do a little bit of planning, maybe go to other channels. I do sometimes do that. There's nothing wrong with that, to go to other channels to get some ideas. You can do that as well, or go on Google and search up about a particular topic and see the kind of questions that people maybe ask about something, so you can find out what's a popular sorry, I've got sun flashing onto my eyes there, and just do it that way. And so that's very, very important, you know. And so this whole YouTube thing, there's no perfect solution to it. Everyone will say they've got the answer, and I certainly, least of all people on YouTube, will tell you I have all the answers. I'm just saying things I've noticed. Now I want to come on to something which I think is very important. In whatever niche you're doing, it doesn't matter how many hundreds of videos are out there about your topic, you have to give some kind of either demonstration video or some kind of informational video about your topic that's a big overall thing. What do I mean by that? In this car, when I first got this car, my highest viewed video is one about the entertainment system on the car. Let me just show you. So there's the entertainment system there on the car, yeah? So I'd done a deep dive looking at every single button and every single thing on people how to use this particular one. Now you might say, oh, they're all cars nowadays, these entertainment screens. Yes, they are, but of course they're all a bit different. And with the trying to get that sun away, and the thing is, the thing about it is that yes, they're in every car, but this one is unique to this car. My channel is about this car. So because I'd done a video on a deep diving video of going through, so I learned the thing first. I learned where every button was, what they all mean, how it all works, etc., 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 from the navigation system to everything, how you use the whole system, and then done a video about it. That is my highest viewed video today because it's in depth. It's an in-depth how-to. So this video, when I've done about this, it's on the first page of YouTube. I've seen it for myself. It actually comes up on one of the top pages on YouTube for someone who's only got 500 subscribers. And this is another thing, guys. You know, I've only got 500 subscribers, but I have at least one video, if I don't have any more, that's on the top page of YouTube. Why? Because I homed in. Now, what they call that is, it's like it's so pinpointing for your particular topic that it's going to get views going on and on and on. Yesterday I looked at this video that I did about this. I'd done it 9 months ago, 8-9 months ago, and it's still getting over 100 watches a day. 100, and it's 9 months old. Now everyone talks about, oh, after 2 or 3 days your videos drop off. But this is what I'm saying. If you do a video that if you can do a video that homes in and is such educational thing that's dealing with your particular topic, it is guaranteed to be a winner, I think, pretty much. You know, it will be. So that's one of the very important ones there, is do some videos, even if you can do more than one, that's very, very homed in on what you're doing. I know I was just talking about don't home in too much on your niche, but in terms of when you're in your niche, to home into those educational type of videos that can help people to really understand what something's about, because it will become a go-to. So when people punch in YouTube, when people put into Google Atto 3, which is the name of this car, BYD Atto 3, and they put in infotainment system, my video will come up on that first page because I've done a deep dive going through everything. And to another person, of course, it's not interesting at all. I'm just giving an example of my niche. In my niche of this car, that was the best video I've ever had. And I've done other ones where I've done road trips. I've done another video that took me 3 days to do because it was a deep dive of the video of the interior, the exterior, taken out on the road, using and that one's had way less views. That's had about 700 views, I think, until now. And I'd done that about a month ago. And it's one of my lower videos, but yet I put more into that than anything. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because you put a lot of effort into it, do high production, go all in, that it's necessarily going to be a very it's necessarily going to be a very successful video. It doesn't really work like that. Sometimes it's about the topic, sometimes it's about the wording in your thumbnail. And just to briefly come on to just summarize now, because otherwise this video is going to get stupidly long, but I am passionate about it. I'm especially passionate about it now. Is just take YouTube for what it is. Let's just give a summary now. So you're coming in, you've got a niche, you've got something you want to speak about, just start posting. I mean, literally just start posting, and just, as I say, just narrow into something that's a good teaching point on what you want to do, and hopefully it builds up traction and it becomes one of those background videos that just keeps you going all the time, keeps those subscribers coming back, and gets you new subscribers because you've got that one video that really hones in, and or maybe 2 videos or whatever it might be. And then, as I say, also don't niche in too deep. Don't niche yourself out, if you like, really, by going so deep into it that you actually don't have the audience you felt like you could have had, because and you find the direction of the channel is very, very difficult. And that's about it. And don't go spending loads of money in the beginning unless you want to. I don't think it's a necessity, but a lot of YouTubers will tell you the same thing anyway as well. When you're starting out, you don't need fancy equipment and all these kinds of things. Just get start. If you've got something you're passionate about, it'll happen. It will happen, and I promise you. So I want to encourage you, YouTubers out there. I want to give a personal thanks to my own channel in the reaching the 500 plus subscribers. I really thank you so much for believing in me and subscribing to me. Even if you just come and hit it as if you're hitting a like button and subscribe to me and never watch me again. I don't know, there'll be some people like that, I guess. But whatever it might be, I just thank you so much for what you've done. And then just coming forward with the channel, I'm going to be doing the long range trip soon, where we see how the navigation copes with the new navigation on here. But that's about it, guys. So thanks very much for tuning in. And out there to all YouTubers, those just starting up, those that have lost interest in it or given up on it, don't give up on it. Keep going. If you've got something you're passionate about, you've got something to say, just keep posting. Just keep posting. That's all I'm saying. Just keep posting. Yeah, you've got to have something to say, but if it's something you're passionate about, you'll have something to say. And just keep posting, and it will happen. People will come to your channel and it will start to grow. And as you grow, you can broaden your wings and you can look a bit deeper into it all and see, and maybe you might even get to the point where you can have an editor, or where you can have someone in the background managing you and helping you, and someone in marketing, as example, who can really help you and help you to sort of come to terms with things that way. That's another way of looking at it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate reaching my 500, and I'll catch you on the next one.